Hello, my friends. This is Andy over at the Facebook Live TV show, and I was just sitting here working on my campaign that I'm putting together. I'm putting together a campaign called, actually, a training course called Facebook Group Goldmine. I'm putting a campaign together right now in ClickFunnels. I'm going to do one later on in Kajabi Pipelines. And while I was doing this, a whole bunch of things came to mind, and one of those things is the strategy that Mike Koenig gave us years ago, 5 years, whatever it is, 6 years ago, about the 10 by 10. Actually, back then it was like 10 by 10 by 4. We don't need to worry about the 4 right now. I just want you to worry about the 10. The 10 by 10 is the 10 most frequently asked questions and the 10 should ask questions. And I wonder how many people listen to that and say, wow, that is a really good idea, and I should do that, and never do it. It's kind of like I should write a book, and because that's going to get me more authority, get me in front of more eyeballs. It maybe even possibly get on TV, and they never write the book. So these two strategies alone that Mike Koenig has encouraged us to do are simply super important. And if you haven't done them, you're missing out on some very useful tools and on a strategy that will actually get you noticed. And so in video 2 of my ClickFunnels campaign, where I'm giving away 4 training videos that will then lead them to an opt-in, a purchase of my product, Facebook Group Goldmine. And then what I'm going to have in there is then a what's it called? The next step, right? An upsell into the Facebook Producers Elite training for Facebook Live. I can't even remember the name of my products. And I'm also going to be creating a quick start to getting to bestseller status on a Kindle. So that's the third one that I'm going to be working on. So there's going to be a suite of products that I'm going to put out there for training to do those 3 things. So video 2 of the ClickFunnels and eventually the pipeline is about the 10 by 10, the frequently asked questions and the should ask questions. And so what it made me want to do is come on live and tell all of you, again, if you don't know what it is, I'm going to tell you what it is. And if you do and haven't done it yet, get it done. So let me first explain what it is. So the 10 frequently asked questions are those 10 things, obviously, that people may have asked you when you're at a networking event, maybe when they call your office about your business, maybe they found you online or referred, and they ask you these questions, and they're pretty common. Like for the dog training, and that's always the easiest place for me to go. So in the dog training, the frequently asked questions are often, where did you get your training? What's your background in regard to training? So that's one. What system of training do you use? Do you use treats? Do you use a pinch collar? Do you use a choke chain? So you can see as I'm going through this, I can pretty quickly come up with those most commonly asked questions that I get asked as a dog trainer, or even my staff gets asked. And you may want to bring some people in. So if you have an assistant or employees that deal with the public when they first come in contact with your company, you want to get them in and say, what are the first 10 things? And it could be more, right? You don't need to stop at 10. You can actually you can do a 20 by 10 or a 20 by 15 or a 20 by 5, whatever that is. A good rule of thumb is 10 by 10. All right. So you got those frequently asked questions. You're going to write those down. And then below each one of those, you're going to write down the explanation or the answer to those 10 questions. And you're going to write it down, and it can be brief to start, but it's going to get you started in understanding what it is that the questions are and what the response is to that question. The next 10 is should ask questions, the SAQs. And so in the should ask questions, those are things that you know as the expert in your niche that people actually should be asking, but they don't. And so I'm trying to think of what some of mine are in the dog training thing. Is that what is the truth about certification? And what is the truth about a certified trainer? The truth is there's no such thing. So the should ask question is, what is the truth about certification, dog trainer certification? And that is, there's no such thing. Everybody, I mean, you'll see on, I'll say yellow page ads. Well, you might still open a yellow page ad, and you'll see in the advertisement it says certified trainer. Well, by who? anybody. I could have asked my assistant, hey, can you certify me as a trainer? And yeah, I'm certified. I'm certified by Colleen. Carlene. She knows nothing about dog training, but she certified me, right? And so that is a should ask question. Another should ask question is the type of training collar that you use, what is more, is it based on what the dog needs or how difficult the dog is? And the answer is no. The collar you decide to use with a dog is more based on who the human is and what their skill is and what their strengths are and weaknesses. And that's what we determine, at least at Falco Canine Academy. And if you're another trainer and you don't look at the human being, then you're making a huge mistake in training a dog. And so that is another should ask question. So you see where I'm going there? So this may take you a little bit more time, but they may be the most important. So you got your 10 frequently asked questions and your 10 should ask questions. All right, let me show you the result. Oh, and then, okay, so what do you do with those things? Well, one of them is you create a video behind each one of them, individual videos. So in the end, you'll end up with 20 videos if you're doing the 10 by 10. Again, if you do 15 by 10 or 15 by 15, then you have 30 or you have less or more, depending on what it is you have. I would not recommend doing less. There's got to be enough. You want to get out there and do that. All right, so you're going to create videos. You're going to create blogs. What I've decided based on what I'm doing here, what I'm going to do on the Falco Canine Academy Facebook page is I'm going to now do a series of Facebook Lives. So for the next couple weeks, I have 20 Facebook Lives I can do revisiting my 10 by 10 that I did years ago, which I'm going to show you in just a moment, all right, on YouTube. And so I'm going to revisit those because things change sometimes, or they just need to be revisited and updated just based on who I am now and as opposed to who I was then. I may have more intel or more ideas, or I may have changed my mind. Who knows? As I go through those, I'm gonna find out, right? So what I want to do is I want to go to my YouTube channel here. Oh, and a couple other things we're going to talk about in just a few minutes is Kajabi and Webinar Jam, just for a couple minutes, and 22 Social. I forgot to tell you that this is being brought to you by 22 Social. It is a great platform. If you're not using 22 Social and you're using Facebook, then you're making a huge mistake. 22 Social is must-have. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, expert, author, I don't care what it is, you need 22 Social because the tools in 22 Social are fantastic. Just the tools alone are fantastic. Then, on top of that, they give you such fantastic training on how to use the tools that it's great marketing advice. The stuff that they give you as far as training, above and beyond anything that I have in any other platforms that I use. So the training alone is worth the cost of 22 Social. You can put those two things together and it's crazy not to have 22 Social. The link to get in 22 Social is in the comment section, not the comment section, but in the description. And so go ahead and click on that link and get there. Okay, back to what I was talking about. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Kajabi and a little bit about Webinar Jam at the conclusion of what I'm talking about here. All right, so I'm going to go, and I'm not sure if I could make this much bigger. How can I make this bigger? I don't think that I can. I don't see it. I can maybe, oh, there it was. There, okay, I'm making it a little bigger. Okay. All right, so I'm just share my screen. Here's my YouTube channel. What was that? All right, so I'm gonna go down here. Here's a YouTube channel. This is all for police dog training. You're gonna see me, you could actually see me getting bit all over the place by dogs, police dogs. All right, now where to go? There we go. All right, so now we're getting in my 10 by 10. I have 10 by 10 for everything. I actually took Mike Koenig's advice and I did 10 by 10 for all sorts of stuff. And so what you're going to see here, and this is what I kind of found interesting, as I was researching this part of my training for the campaign that I'm currently doing. Oh, those are all 10 by 10 too. So you can see all of those end in a question mark. Can a bad handler make a good dog bad? Yes. Can a child be trained with a dog? Yes. What kind of places get bed bugs? So I have 10 by 10s for dog training, 10 by 10 for bed bug detection dog training, and I actually have 10 by 10 for police dog training. Was there another one? Maybe there was. I forgot. And so I've had others. So I do 10 by 10s now for just about everything. And again, if you're not, you're making a huge mistake. But you're going to see here is what the reason you do the 10 by 10s, because you can actually, I'm going to come back to my screen for just a moment. You can actually have an idea to do a video on a subject in regard to maybe somebody that asks you a question. Like somebody asks you a question and says, hey, what about certification? Blah. And then you do a video that you do put on YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, you put it on LinkedIn, all those kinds of things. And you think, wow, that was a really good question. And I gave a really good answer. That is so fantastic. And what you don't realize is there's some things that are interesting to you and that really kind of grab your attention, but may not interest those people out in the world that are interested in possibly what it is you're doing. And so what I want to show you now is that here's an example of what I'm talking about. And so this is what makes the 10 by 10 so powerful, because in doing 20 videos about those 20 questions, frequently asked questions and should ask questions, you are going to have one or two that are just going to catch on, because you're going to cover so much area in regard to your expertise and your niche. That is the one of the powerful things that makes it so fantastic. So here we go. Back to my YouTube channel. So you can see right here on this very first one, training an aggressive dog with Falco Canine Academy. That really isn't a question, but look at that. It has 1,200 views, right? Then the next one, can a bad handler make a good dog bad? Can a bad handler make a good dog bad? And it has 440 views. Can a child be trained with a dog? 601. So you see, these all have different levels. What kind of places do get bed bugs? 103. This is all 4 years ago. Do bed bug, and this, so I'm so sorry, but they're just kind of mixed in here, and I don't know why this happened, but I know that I did them separately. So somehow they got mixed in, but it was too hard for me to try to move these around. But you're going to see here that in the bed bug realm, I all of a sudden do bed bugs get on dogs? And who knows why that has almost 2,000 views. I don't know why. People seem to be real. I would not have thought, like, how many people would have wanted to know, do bed bugs get on dogs? I want to know if they get on me and how do I get rid of them? But 2,000 views on do bed bugs get on the dogs? It's crazy, right? And there's not that many bed bug dog handlers. There's not 2,000 bed bug dog handlers. Why does it have so many views? I have no idea. There's certain things that I just cannot figure out. What does a bed bug detection dog do? Only 112. People don't care what a bed bug dog does. Nobody cares. How often does a bed bug dog have to train? Only 210 views. Nobody cares. I mean, 210 people care, but that was about it. And it could be somebody watching it more than once. Toy or food reward for bed bug dogs? Most people don't care. 242. All right. Then what is the odor the bed bug dog is searching for? 695. It's all of a sudden bounced up to 700 views almost in regard to what is the odor that the bed bug dog is using. All right. So you see where I'm going here, that they all have different. So here we get to the dog stuff. And this is another interesting. Does all the family need to train? Does all the family? Wow, that was a horrible title. No wonder nobody's watching that. Does all the family do all the family members need to train with a dog? Who did that? 135 views. Does exercise affect my dog's behavior? 176. I would think, yeah, people would want to see that. What breed of dog should I get? 6,400 views. Right? There was no extra advertisement done on that video. There was nothing different. It was just placed on my YouTube channel. 6,400. And this is a great way to find out what it is your audience wants and wants to know. What breed of dog do I get? 6,500 views. 6,500. Yeah, 6.4 thousand views. Great. For me, that's kind of interesting. Does nutrition affect my dog's behavior? Only 159 people wondered that. So again, this goes back to a little bit, and I'll get my dog to love and respect me. 774 view. Nice. That's one of our taglines. Our dog trainer's license. Only 77 views. Only 77 people cared if a dog trainer is licensed. And they're not, by the way, just so you know. How to train an aggressive dog. 3,900 views. All right, I'm going to come back to my camera. Oh, is a choke chain cruel? 6,800, almost 7,000 views on that one. All right, so this is another thing that gets you to that point where, and when we were talking the other day in one of the things that I was attending, is that there is an aspect of that we have to really be conscious of as internet marketers, product creators, entrepreneurs, business owners, is that there are things that people want to know, right? People think that they want this thing, right? And so we need to give them, in a sense, what they want, or else they're not going to buy. All right. So we lead them down this path. I'm going to give you what you want, but in the end, I'm going to give you what you need. right? So in the relationship to, what was this? What breed of dog, I guess. Now let's go to How to Train an Aggressive Dog, which had 3,900 views. You know, I forget what I even talked about in that video. I forget what it is, but they want to train their aggressive dog. So they have this, and they think that they know how they're going to do it. And so there's this aspect. This is what they want. They want to know, how do I get my dog to stop being aggressive? But what they really need to know is how to incorporate obedience into their dog's life, how to create a loving and respectful relationship with their dog. That's what they really need to know, right? They don't, as far as the dog being aggressive, as far as the dog I cannot see anything. Crapola. I hate it when this happens. Oh, good. Nobody's on live. So if it's horrible, I'm just going to delete it. But I'm going to continue talking. I can see that I'm jumping around just a little bit. But based on that 10 by 10, it really shows you what people are interested in. So now you can start kind of possibly changing your marketing, or changing what it is you're posting, changing what it is that you are saying, to give people that, what it is that's going to grab their attention, and then lead them down to the things they really need to know. All right. So I think by doing that 10 by 10 exercise and getting up the videos and that kind of stuff is a really good way to find out what it is your audience wants. And then again, in the end, giving them what they need. So for a moment there, I thought we were going to be lost completely, but I want to tell you that I'm testing Webinar Jam, and I had a 2 runs yesterday, and I got to tell you that I really liked it. I liked Webinar Jam. I liked what can be done. You can use it on Facebook Live. It's going to cost a little bit extra, but I may have to continue to try to learn Webinar Jam and start to use it, especially if I'm going to have the Facebook Live aspect. I wouldn't buy it yet. Don't buy it yet. There's going to be some deals. There's going to be some things going on. And also you have to wait for my affiliate link, but that's not the only reason. You can get it now if you want to, but I'm telling you, just wait and see what they're offering. Don't buy too early. Don't get too excited. It's in beta, so you probably can't buy it yet. It's just people that already have it are using it right now. And so just think about that before you jump in. The other thing, Kajabi, my gosh. They're coming out with so much great stuff in Kajabi. One of my friends who is in the Masters Mastermind group, which we did a great, Everett and I did a great recap of our call yesterday. So go to the Masters. I'll put a link here in the comment section for that too in just a moment. But Kajabi, he was asking me, so if you have Kajabi, why do you still use ClickFunnels, or why are you creating this ClickFunnels campaign? And this is because I want to find out, some information. I want to do a ClickFunnels and see what the results are and see how people respond to that particular system. And then I'm going to do one in pipelines and see if there's a difference. There may not be a difference. In that case, Kajabi wins. If Kajabi performs much better, then Kajabi wins. If ClickFunnels, for whatever reason, has a way more engagement and works, then I'm going to say, right now ClickFunnels wins on that set of thing. But I think if we have equality, I really think Kajabi wins. So why would you have both? If you can do the same thing with only one platform and pay for it once, then why bother with ClickFunnels? And so I'm gonna let you know as I go on. I'm gonna be doing some of this stuff in Create, Launch, and Profit. So if you're not actually in Create, Launch, and Profit on the public page, go ahead and get in there. And if you want to be in the group, there's a link there in the group to get in. That's where we're going to go deeper into the training. Kajabi, if you don't have it, I'm going to put my link up here. Go ahead and get it. I'm telling you, get it now. As much stuff as they're putting in there, I can't imagine them not raising the price fairly soon, because they just added some components, which I'm going to share in Create, Launch, and Profit, maybe later today or tomorrow. Again, if you are in the business and you have an online product that you want to create, then I would use Kajabi. There's other platforms out there that are maybe less expensive, but not the power. I can't imagine them competing with the power of Kajabi and what they're doing in there. It just keeps getting better, and they're not stopping. They are not stopping. They are competing with Kartra, ClickFunnels, and Infusionsoft, and they're putting it all into Kajabi. And I'm telling you, it is it is definitely a platform that you need to be. All right, so let me go ahead and put the Masters link in here so that you can see that. If you are not a part of the Masters or have not liked or subscribed, oops, oy vey. I don't know what I just did. If you are not there, go ahead and get there. I think that you will really be interested in what it is we're doing there. And check it out. Our Facebook page is fantastic. Sorry, the video got a little bit shaky there. I had a lot going on. I really do have to reboot my computer. I've been doing Camtasia videos. I've been recording and putting things into YouTube. I've been doing so much. I think I've just finally overwhelmed my computer. All right, that is it. I will see you a little bit later on. Oh, I'm going to go test drive a Tesla right now. Am I buying a Tesla? No. I'm just test driving one just for fun. It's right down the street, and they invited me to come down and take a drive in a Tesla. No, I am not buying one. All of those people that think that suddenly I ran into a whole crap load of money. No, I'm hoping to, but no, I'm just going just for fun because they have an SUV that goes from 0 to 60 in something like 3.4 seconds or something like that. So I just wanted to go do that. All right. So, and have lunch with my daughter while we're doing so. All right. That is it. I will see you at the next one. Take care. Bye.